Alrighty, a while ago I made a video where I had RWBY characters and what Pokemon I thought they would all have, and now I'm doing it again, but with Digimon, because I love Digimon. Have you been playing the new game? I'm in love with it. Anyway, I have a lot to cover, so I'm just gonna dive right in. If I get some facts wrong, I'm sorry. I'm using the Wikimon version to get their names, so I know some of them might be different from what you're used to, like I know Gatomon is called Tailmon on their website. If I get anything wrong, sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. For RWBY, I thought about giving her Gabumon because I wanted, like, the werewolf aspect of it, you know, to match her Red Riding Hood theme, but I decided no, Commandramon. That's so much more her alley. One, because dinosaur, and the main character needs a dinosaur. Two, it has a gun! Like, she's a weapons nut. That just seems perfect to me. For Weiss, I flirted with the idea of giving her Morphmon because, like, the colors matched her perfectly, but White Pawn Chessmon is just, it's way better. It's perfect for her. Blake, the only acceptable option is Black Gatomon. Like, come on. Yang, I struggled with the most. I thought about maybe Agumon or Coronamon because of the fire thing to match her, and then I thought maybe Bearmon because of the Goldilocks gimmick, and then I'm like, no, that doesn't seem right either. So I ended up landing on Fun Beamon. Jean, I thought maybe Bakumon because the, like, box feels like ill-prepared armor, which kind of matches his vibes, but it was too spooky coded, so I ended up going with Kamemon, which is like, he's like a soldier, but he means well. For Nora, Cutemon's pink was enticing, but I think Elizamon's whole color palette just matches her way better. For Pyrrha, I thought maybe Dracomon because dragons are, like, powerful, but I think Lealmon is actually way better, because it's just vibes. Sometimes it's just vibes, you know? Similarly for Ren, I thought about maybe Palmon because of the pink plant thing, but Dokunemon just felt better for him. Finally, there was Oscar, and I thought about giving him Bergmon because it also seems really unfit for battle, but then I thought Junkmon felt better fit for his farm lifestyle. Like, it'd be more helpful when he's on the farm. So unlike last time, I'm only sticking with these characters, only the main characters. I could go into what other characters have, but I want to focus on just our main cast because I want to go into what their evolutions would be. So I'm gonna go through the story of RWBY and tell you when I think their Digimon would evolve into what and why. Because how your headspace and how you treat your Digimon will change what it evolves into, right? So I think that's the fun part of Digimon. I have this handy dandy chart to show you when it's a neutral evolution, or a bad negative evolution, or a good positive evolution. So you can, like, visualize the ups and downs of the characters and their Digimon with them. Okay, let's dive right in. Story start. The kids arrive in Beacon and make teams, RWBY and Juniper. The only one whose Digimon evolves during the entire Emerald Forest arc is Pyrrha. Lealmon evolves into Centaurmon, because she's a bit more advanced than everybody else. Though at the end, during the docks fight, one of Team RWBY's Digimon evolves for the first time. Black Gatomon evolves into Lady Devimon. Hooray! Volume 2. During the fight with Torchwick's Paladin, Yang's partner Digimon also evolves with Lady Devimon. Funbimon becomes Waspmon. Later on during the invasion of the city, Nora and Ren show off their Digivolutions too. Elizamon evolves into Dimetramon, and Dukenamon evolves into Mothmon. Yahoo! So cool! Way to go, team! Volume 3. When Weiss finally figures out summoning at the end, her pawn Chessmon evolves into Knight Chessmon. And RWBY, when fighting off Neo and Torchwick, has Commandramon evolve into High Commandramon. Way to go! Surely we can save the day now! Oh no! Pyrrha and Centaurmon die. They never got to evolve any further. And now, Oscar and Junkmon join the fray. Jean is the only one of the teams, RWBY and Juniper, whose Digimon has yet to evolve. Bummer, dude. Volume 4. After seeing the Knuckleavi footprint in the mud during their next encounter with Tyrion, suddenly, Ren's Dukenamon evolves into Mori Shellmon. Uh-oh. Looks like Ren is in a bit of a bad mental space right now. When Blake chases down Ilya, surprise, Black Gatomon's evolution has also changed. Now it becomes Waru Monzimon. Looks like Blake has Goldilocks on the mind. When they finally face the Knuckleavi, Jean and Kamemon finally digivolve into Karatuki Numemon. Well, At least it's an evolution, but Jean still has some growing to do. After Nora's pep talk with Ren, Dokunamon once again digivolves back into Mothmon, then, during a big turning point, evolves again, upgrading into Blossomon. Hooray! Volume 5. While protecting the airship from Lancers, Weiss's Pawn Chessmon evolves into Bishop Chessmon. Growth for Weiss. Hooray! However, when Yang fights the little bandit squad, Fun Beemon's evolution has also changed. Now it becomes Forge Beemon. Oh no. Oscar joins the team. They train. When Ilya attacks the Belladonna mansion, Blake gets her act back together and Black Gatomon evolves into a new, better form, Bastmon. The finale is here. Lots of fighting. After Yang sees Blake, Fun Beemon goes back into evolving into Waspmon. And after Jean heals Weiss, Kunimon now evolves into Guapamon. And also, Bishopmon evolves again into King Chessmon! Wow! So much happens in this finale, unlike the real show. Volume 6. Jean gets to talk to his therapist or whatever. Now, during the final fight with Cordo, Kunamon evolves into another new form, Repamon. Yes, so cool! Adam attacks. Yang swoops in to help and Funbeemon evolves into Vespamon. When Blake joins in with her, Vespamon and Bastmon evolve again, now into their ultimate forms, Queen Beemon and Lilithmon. Just all the pretty ladies on screen. Yay! Volume 7. Nothing changes in this volume, like evolution-wise. RWBY hasn't gotten Commandramon to evolve into anything other than High Commandramon. Oscar still hasn't evolved Junkmon. Jean and Nora have positive evolutions for their Mons, and Weiss, Blake, Yang, and Ren have all evolved their Mons into their ultimate forms. If I had done this for other characters, this would be a great volume for Crow, or Penny, or Ironwood, but I didn't, so let's move forward. Volume 8. When Nora decides to be strong and hit stuff, Dimetramon evolves into their ultimate form, Lamiamon. When the squad ambushes Ironwood, Junkmon also reveals their evolution into Minotaurmon. See what I did? Pyrrha's was Centaurmon. Centaurs and Minotaurs are kinda similar, because Oscar takes over the missing spot in Juniper's team. Do you see what I did? Unfortunately, after RWBY's message to the world seemingly didn't pan out, during their next encounter with Cinder, Commandramon suddenly evolves into Sealsdramon. Uh-oh, that's not good. Volume 9. Commandramon still evolves into Sealsdramon, which really shakes up RWBY because Commandramon's evolution has been so consistent for literally the entire show so far. After finding Jean again, now as the Rusted Knight, we reveal Kunamon's reached their ultimate stage too. After evolving into Repamon, they now evolve into Raiji Ludomon. Whoa, so intense. Things go poorly. RWBY gets to talk to her therapist or whatever, and when she comes back, Commandramon goes back to High Commandramon. Then, when entering battle, evolves into their own ultimate form, Megadramon. Yay! The 4 RWBY girls and their 4 ultimate mons beat the cat and return to Remnant. And that's where the story ends. And I know, like, they could evolve further, right? Some of them at least, but the story's not over. So I'm leaving room open for new things to happen if and when Volume 10 eventually comes out. So yeah, what, did you have fun? I had fun, I love Digimon. Sorry again if I got, like, evolutions wrong or names wrong. There was a couple in there that I was, like, only 70% certain about. But let me know what you think. What Digimon would you give everybody? Or there's a bunch of characters I didn't give Digimon to. What would you give them? I'd love to see them in the comments below. Shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Genital War Thunder, Jake, Amber, Scaring Crows, Not All That Evil, Holly, Messiah, Jacob, Ben's Sketchbook, Rain, Trash, Wild Pilot, Josh, Twisty, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, Sean, Primaroon, Overhypen, Lavaros, Knight, Plague, Tyrene, Thanos, Pandemonium, Peter, Agiri, Shahid, Eden, The Eliza, Doki Poki, Moon of Blues, Spencer, Bargus Blue, Cage the Mage, Zappy, Wolfgang, Philip, and mac and cheese. So yeah, what did you think? Have you been playing the new game? It's all I can think about. I'm obsessed with it. If you like Digimon even a little bit, I highly recommend it. But yeah, what would you give, like, everybody? Digimon is so expansive and big, and there's so many characters in RWBY, so there's so much you could play with. Do you agree or disagree with any of the Digimon I gave them, or their evolutions or anything? Let me know in the comments below. I love this stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.